Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk to you on this video about homicide by vehicle in Pennsylvania. Some people refer to it as vehicular manslaughter, but the proper term under our law is homicide by vehicle. That requires the government to prove that somebody, while driving, was driving recklessly or with gross negligence and violated a law of the Commonwealth, and in doing so, that caused the death of another. A lot of parts to that. You have to be driving, of course. But reckless and gross negligence are far higher standard than civil cases with mere negligence. Just because there's a traffic accident, somebody passes away, that does not mean it's a crime. So the proper thing to do as a defense attorney, when looking at these type of charges, obviously gather all the facts. Again, as I said before, just because somebody passes away does not mean that a crime has been committed. It has to be done with gross negligence or recklessness, which is a far higher standard. Recklessness, for example, is doing something in a way that the likely outcome is death. If you're passing somebody in a passing zone, you just don't happen to see somebody coming, that can be considered mere negligence, depending on other surrounding circumstances. So these cases are very fact-intensive, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing this charge does not require the government to prove is violation of DUI statute. That's another charge. That's a homicide by vehicle while driving under the influence. I'm going to do another video on that. So please refer to that if that's the circumstance you're in, which I hope not. So these cases involve accident reconstructionists. The government generally does an accident reconstruction when there's a death. Again, they don't always file charges, but they usually do their own reconstruction. You have to look at what they're doing, that reconstruction report. You have to look at you should go to the scene to check out where it happened. That's crucial. You should also, if you can, engage your own accident reconstructionist to go over what the government's saying and check out the scene, and he does his own evaluations of using all the facts gathered. Again, very intensive type of cases. There's no mandatory minimum for homicide by vehicle. However, they start with, if you have somebody does not have a prior record, at 3 to 12 months minimum, standard range, maximum of 7 years. So if you find yourself in the circumstance of being charged with this crime, give us a call at Manchester & Associates. We handle several of these cases a year across the state of Pennsylvania. We'll be glad to sit down and speak to you about the facts in your case, tell you about the law, get to learn about yourself, and then move forward to defend you against these charges. Brian Manchester & Associates, and I thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.